Hello, welcome to Toys Are Evil. This is a very impromptu live. You gotta flip your phone to the sides to watch it on a landscape format. And I will not reply as much as I would because I'm filming sideways. And what I wanted to do was to have a flip through of my essentially sketchbook, something my art from my doodles from 90s, from late 80s to 90s onwards, a little bit, not so much recent stuff. I think nothing more over 2000, but I'm not wholly sure. So it's just a little memory walk, a journey down memory lane. Yeah, that's it. Time now is about 10:05 on a Monday morning, and I thought I'll just flip through. Why? Because I'll tell you the reason why once I reach there. So wave hi to everyone. Remember to flip your phone to the sides, we'll see it, and I'll just flip through. So for those who are just jumping in, if you're wondering, these are just my sketches. Yeah, I'm showing all my sketches because I think it's fun too. Because I am inspired by something which I'll talk about when I reach that. So these were all drawn by myself. Mixed era, this like I mentioned before, late 80s, all of 90s. I don't think it was anything in 2000, but I'm not wholly sure. It's a mixture of it. It's a mixture. A lot of these are not originals. Yeah, photostated. And I dealt with a lot of black and whites. I did a lot of black and whites, and I always have. This is a sketch I did. Let me see if there's a year. Illustrator. Oh, there is a year. Which I can't really see. My eyesight is not great right now. Yeah, but it's a panorama of stores in Singapore, like comic doodles. Yeah, maybe one day I'll film it proper if anybody's interested, but right now it's just a quick glance at what I have done. This was inspired by Toy. It's a Japanese manga turned anime film, TOYSREVIL. Can't remember the artist names, but it was a lot of like horizontal lines and noir-ish shadows. Yeah, I remember it clearly, so I adapted into stuff I enjoyed, like action stuff, superhero stuff, you want to call it this way. Deathstroke, Colossus. One bad thing about my doodles back in the day is I never really write a date, and I really should, and I never do, so I don't really know which year I doodled them in. Deathstroke, I think there will be a color version later for which I did as a Wizard magazine submission, but I did not submit it because I was chicken shit. So anyway, black and white doodles, inks. Punisher. This was a period where I enjoyed doing a lot of things in a single thicker line. So there's no line weight at all. It's just one line and blacks. And I enjoyed doing it though. I think that was a fun time. Magus, Robot Fighter. Let me tilt a little bit. Forgot his name. Eternal Warrior, but there was a name for it. But I forgot his name. Valiant Comics. Sorry, a lot of things dangling around the house. The first time I'm holding a camera to film and not on a tripod. Iron Man. I'm not a huge fan of Iron Man, but I enjoy doodling it or doodling him back in the day. Each year, let me go back to there will be an indication of generic cyberpunk-ish. I always enjoyed this type of line work or concept cables. This was one of my crossover dreams of doing. I think XO Man of War and Iron Man. I mean, these are all like poster art, pin-up art rather than sequential. I don't have a huge lot. When I do I do not show all of it. As simple as that. Silverhawk back in the day. All my feet now, I look at them, they all look like animal hooves, horse hooves. That's how I drew stuff lah. You know, I don't laugh at Rob Liefeld and his over expanded anatomy, because I myself not good at anatomy in the first place. Everything is a bit over exaggerated. I was a fan of Simon Beasley back in the day, so it's always like super broad shoulders and super narrow waist. Or maybe it's my wish fulfillment, which didn't happen. Savage Dragon, Eric Larson's. This was an attempt at sort of sequential. It wasn't necessarily meant to be anything else except for showcasing of ink. I think I bought a new pen or something, and I started trying to do like Kung Fu style with plenty of noir. Yeah, that's word for it. I enjoyed this, but never put any words to it. Another sequential one. And I do not remember why I did them. It probably was for something. Okay, this is like Savage Dragon, silhouettes of Savage Dragon, Spawn and Silverhawk. So these are villains I did myself. I remember this guy was sort of a character was Riven. I'll show you later. I think it was for a contest for super villains, which I did not submit. Everything I did not submit. So I'm always like the closet wannabe, but didn't even try enough to fail. Yeah, this was the Riven so-called concept. So I think I did like a one-page ad, on-page drawing-ish. Not ad, one-page drawing. Yeah, no dates, man. I don't know when was this done, but this was my line work back in the day. Not great anatomy, but yeah, a lot of hatching. I was a sucker for hatch. I don't think I had a great foundation in art, so I just did what I did. I mentioned this quite a bit, but I don't. It's something which I wanted to do. Singapore superheroes, Pluto Man versus Captain V. I've talked about this, but I've not shown any images. But this was what I was not talking about. This is what I had planned to do. You know, Captain V, the Singapore pseudo Iron Man-ish with the suit, against Pluto Man with his powers. Alien powers? Yeah, this never happened. I thought it would be fun. It would have been fun to do it. Yes, okay. Okay. There wasn't a year. I remember drawing something like this for a specific show, the comic book fair, aesthetics book fair. I can't remember clearly enough. I think was for the substation. But the irony is I did all this. I didn't submit. It's just for fun. Yeah, but I didn't write the year. So I thought that there was a year I could look at. Oh, there is a year. 1992. Good heavens, man. 1992. Again, the one line. This wasn't one line really. You can still see the one line, but with mixed thickness. Just X-Force. Cable with extra things stuck around him. Yeah. I remember this. And I think I've thrown away already. I essentially, back in the day, I wanted to be a comic book artist. This was after my secondary 4 school. And I actually did a portfolio. So a portfolio is like a flyer, A3 size folded into A4. So in it were drawings such as these, my different line work and my different styles. But I don't remember giving it to anyone. Yeah, chicken shit. What can I say, man? Chicken shit. Yeah, so these were all the different line work and different styles that I've done. So probably a lot of these were late 80s. Late 80s, man. Good heavens. But then again, I remember this. I don't know if we can see this. I was a comic book nerd in school. But I didn't make a huge deal of it because I didn't want to get bullied or looked down upon. But once my schoolmates knew I doodled stuff, and folks came to me to like ask for doodles like this. I'm sure this is like a boyfriend, girlfriend that asked me to do a doodle of them. So like couple of pictures and stuff like that. So like free commission work, to put it bluntly. But at the same time, people don't hassle me because I could draw this fun stuff lah. Yeah, man. It's all memories, man. Memories. This is one of my proudest stuff that I've done. It's like a 4-panel artwork thingy that was also exhibited at the University of Singapore. It's 4 panels. It's comics is visual communications. So a random collection of superhero. I love group dynamics as opposed to single characters, but group dynamics was fun. So comics is what did I do with black card, with toothbrushes and liquid paper. It's a blanco, and I did all this art. Comics is visual. So this is no doubt inspired by Bill Sienkiewicz and Stray Toasters. No doubt lah. No doubt. By visual communication. I don't really remember my theme, or rather my thought process, but yeah, this was my style back in the day. Communication. This was another concept which I was enamored with. A bit of, I wouldn't say Dave McKean, but type of caricature illustrative style which I adore, which until now I still do. A lot of rough sketching, but then that's just my aesthetics. This is funny. I can show this now because all the numbers shown here were from like my pager number, whatever numbers I had, and I printed it as a postcard when I was still in Teban Gardens. So this is like 90s. So it's like this is front and back. So I did a postcard, black and white postcard. It's the front, and this is the back with address and details, and then what I do. What did I say that I do? Interiors. Yeah, so I was an interior designer then. So this was late 80s interior designers, and did graphics, cartoons and illustrations. These were my passion, but I am an interior designer by profession. So this is funny. This is an actual baby picture of myself. So this is like a montage thing with a bit of drawings. Actually I should show like this. Yeah, it's like this. So very Dave McKean inspired, no doubt. Yeah, with collage and montage. So yeah. This is fun to look at now. Okay. Cutesy stuff. Now we're going to be a bit of range of cutesy stuff. He plans. He draws. I'm proud of this. Why? Because I was too cheap to get anything for Valentine's Day. Not too cheap lah. I also wanted to draw, so I drew a Valentine's Day card. Yeah, this is my Valentine's Day card. Is that a year? 1994. Good heavens. I also tried to do promotional stuff. So I tried to do like a firecracker. I think it's from 90s. So I color card printed, photostated on color photostat. Xerox, yeah, that's it. Xerox. And this was meant to be, you can cut this out and it becomes a firecracker. Or a model of a firecracker, left out the wick lah. But all of these were done in the context of wanting to promote myself. So I am very into self-promotion, or was back to self-promotion back in the day, which I always constantly do tell people if they're interested as well. There's no shame in self-promotion. That's the only way to get yourself and your works out. Waggy, the dog for all seasons. I can't remember the reason I did this, but I think it was an exercise to see like a singular character, but you put different accessories on it and then you look different guises. Does it make sense? It's like a Hello Kitty but with different contexts. So Waggy the dog was something like that. All this hand drawn, for Pete's sake, and traced. I think it was traced, then a hand drawn. Yeah, these are the bigger versions. Yes, I do keep stuff as well. Which year was this? Like I said, all these were like 90s. 80s, 90s. Cute stuff. Lock and bog, giving away stuff that I used to do. I have 94. Okay, I did an A1 size poster of this, and I literally gave it away at my flea market, Sunday flea market booth at the substation back in 94. I remember who took one. I won't mention his name, probably doesn't want to be mentioned. But these were the characters that, original characters that I had drawn but never followed up. I have penciled pages but no ink. I didn't manage to ink them. So the cyborgs lah. Yeah. So this was my, I reached a point, at this point in time, the 90s, this was my illustration style. This was my line work. This is how I do. More in black and white. I never do colors because I think I was enamored with black and white comics. So this was the look. Yeah, man. I'm proud of these guys, but I've never done anything beyond Merry Christmas card. I didn't even print this out. It was like, I think planned to print, but I didn't do it. So, characters. I'm still heavily into cyborgs and grungy characters like this, but yeah, I'm showing this is also the way to remind myself to, if I want to, it's something I can go back into or try to, at least to satisfy my own curiosity. Not curiosity, dreams, if that's the word for it. I have to say this is hilarious because I did this as a gift. They were originally A3 size as coloring pages. I did this for my officer in charge in the army because I know her son enjoys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I did this series. There were more than 4. I did this series to give to her son. Yes, I was kissing ass. Yeah, I was kissing ass. But at the same time, it was fun that I am able to draw something. It's just, so whatever opportunities I get to draw something, even right now when folks have an opportunity to draw for something, I think it's with a theme that you don't need to crack your head about. I think it's just as fun. This was another series of drawings, comic book style, that was meant as a Valentine's, no, it was a birthday present card. So that's my go-to lah. I'll go further deeper into these. My gosh, I've forgotten about these caricatures of friends. And I enjoyed doing this quite a bit. It's not seen here, but I have quite a bit of caricatures I've done, not just of friends, also of things, but multiple descriptions. Because this is all in line with annotations for interior design as well. So I incorporated both. I don't read them now because I don't want to cringe at my own whether or not it's good or bad, but I don't really want to read lah. This was a commissioned drawing of a married couple. I think this was my boss in interior design. Again, a lot of public service announcements, I think. Yeah, did for fun. Yeah, this was a experimental age when I did this. I wish I could go back to this, but I can't. I can't really achieve this type of look. I think it's a feel as well. I can't really achieve this anymore. I tried to, but yeah, who knows. This is fun because this was a freelance project. These were, again, don't really see here, reprinted as a small little sticker. All these were replicated into small stickers. It's like back in the era where you have stickers that you can stick onto wherever you want, onto your diary, onto your notebook, little messages that you can write on a sticker. So I did a series of rats or mice. This is a paid gig. Yeah, it's fun. Now my only regret is I never kept the stickers. So at least it's like, at least it is not in black and white, it's in color, but I didn't get to show. All these were done analog, manually. So there's no Photoshop coloring. It was literally hand drawn and colored with markers. Markers that I learned, that I picked up from interior design school. So Copic markers, a lot of Copic markers. These are more interior design sketches. I think this is one of the very first interior design I was involved in. I didn't purely design everything. I was still a junior designer, but it's one of the first few sets that I designed for. I know the name, but I've never seen the actual place. It's hilarious. I'm not going to mention it now. That's way too long ago. This 90s. By the time my first paying gig, I came out from army. I was in 95, 92, 93. I lost track. This was a freelance gig. All good. And I did stuff like this, which I enjoyed. It's like what did I do this for? Initially, they were blown up into large. I think I might have a photo later on. Larger scaled mural art. So I did black and white because I enjoyed black and white. Even menu clip art. Hilarious. Pasta, hot dog, croissant. Gosh, everything I did. All this was done under the context of interior design. So not just interiors. Let me see. Got photos. Got photo. I don't think these were my final designs, but they were something like this. They were meant for something like this. Right. So designs for this. So I crossed over my passion for illustration with my day job, which was interior design. I've never been to this place. Somebody else took this photograph of this interior design that my company did, not I do. My company did. So yeah, I was involved in that. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. I mean, I look at this now. I don't know if I can do this again. I can try. These were done on name cards. You know, I bought a stack of blank name cards. So the theory was sketch cards. Back in the day, these are smaller than trading cards. I was collecting trading cards at that point in time, but I was not confident enough to call myself an illustrator or whatnot. I mean, after years of wanting to be, I held myself back because I didn't have any published art, and I've always felt because I've not have any published art, and it essentially it's just a hobby at the end of the day. So these are photos, or these the original ones? I can't remember though. Can't find them. So this might be the original ones that I sketched and I stuck onto this. It's hilarious, man. Again, sketch cards, character sketch cards. Wow, all Marvel. Yeah, I realized from here they're all Marvel characters. Any DC? Don't know, man. I mean, I was a Marvel fan, but maybe because looking at this now, because when it comes to iconology and design, maybe there are more fun things to showcase in Marvel characters than DC characters. But I was wrong because I have DC here. Yeah, it's the era of long-haired Superman. So Aquaman, Dr. Fate. So yeah, I'm pulling shit out of my ass, man. There were still DC characters, and this is my interpretation of them. 2 Batmans, wow. And your traditional Marvel characters. Yeah. Can. What year was? Yeah, I forget. Never write any dates. This was something which I created before, but never gone beyond panel art like this that I draw. I mean, there were a lot of pencil pages, but never finished inked. In the end, I inked my own stuff. I enjoyed inking my own stuff. It was only until much later that I was willing to release control, whether or not I could just pencil and somebody else ink. But by then, I think whatever dreams I have had were redundant because I was deep into interior design and subsequently design for television, that I did not sustain any long friendships from before where I'm able to collaborate with anyone, if that makes any sense. And neither did I seek anyone out. So this, I think, is the original character, but this was a context I was looking at. Very 2000 AD as well. Want to be heavy metal, but this type of not heavy machinery, mecha. Also very, what's the word for it? Appleseed. type of big chunky guys with metallic parts. Yeah, this was back in the day, man. This is my wizard cover I was talking about earlier on. Was this original? It is original. Oh, no sense to do color printing lah. But I think this was the original. I can feel the thickness. So it was for Wizard magazine. And I wanted to do it like rough style. And it's all manual. All these are markers, mixed media pencils. And this was the style I did. But yeah, I never submitted it. Even though it could have, it was a digital submission, but I didn't go through with it. So it's not even a wannabe. I just never did anything about it. This is a paid gig. It's a illustration of a map for is this Singapore? No, it's Sentosa. For Sentosa, paid gig. I don't know if this was actually literally printed. Sentosa. Wow. I mean, one day maybe I'll go to have a deeper look. Wow, I think this is it is World Trade Center. So this is too many years ago, man. World Trade Center before the current VivoCity. Wow. Wow. Memories. Okay, now I'm jumping to and fro. They are not necessarily sequential. I think black and white to colors. All these were done in interior design school, actually. Shop front of comic book shop. Of course, I wanted to have a comic book shop. I love comic books, and the entrance would be a TARDIS. Come on, how could anybody not do that? Watercolor, Wolverine in a clown suit. These were photographs of my drawings. I don't know what happened to all these drawings, but all I left with are photographs, badly colored photographs actually. I remember this. This is for a comic book. Splash pages for a comic digest, which I did. It was a paid gig, but was never published. These are the pages. Boy, girl. So these were the type of art. I lettered it myself, so it looks horrible. But back then it was like, of course, I was proud of myself. You know, and this was something that was poised to be printed. I finished everything, went to the printers, then the company decided, nah, it didn't align with what they wanted, and yeah, it wasn't published. I was paid for all this. So, but then it's the situation of money paid for many years ago, used, but I have nothing left except for drawings like this to show about what could have been, would have been, but never really happened. No, never happened. Yeah, that's it. That is it. I have run out of pages. This thick card book is also from IKEA. It's hilarious. Okay, let me flip this around. Trying to see if there's any comments now. And there are no comments. So hi to everyone who tuned in. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for folks who have stayed to listen to me ramble and look at my decades-old doodles, man, for Pete's sakes. Yeah, okay. And basically that's about it. And I will end the stream and move on with my evening. I think I rambled on about 25 minutes worth. So yeah, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.